Okay, let's write an equation given the slope and a point. In the example 1, we see write an equation of the line that passes through point -4, 2 with the slope of 3. So the information we have is that passes through this point and has a slope equals 3. So what do we do? To find the y-intercept, we replace the m with 3 that is given, and x and y with the coordinates of the point, -4 and 2. In the slope-intercept form. This is the slope-intercept form, so we replace m by 3, y by 2, and x by -4 here, y2, m3, x -4, and we add the b that we don't know and we need to find. We do the numbers here, multiply 3 times -4 is -12, and to find b, we add 12 to both sides, and we have b equals 14. Once we have b equals 14, just we replace it in the slope-intercept form, and we have y equals my m equals 3 times x plus my b. Let's practice with exercise now. Write an equation of the line that passes through the given point and has the given slope. Okay, the line that passes through this point 3, 5 and has slope equals 2. So what do? In the general equation y equals mx plus b, we need to replace y and x by the y and x of my point. This is x1 and y1. I'm going to replace it in here. Y is going to be what number? 5 equals my m that is given is 2 times x plus my b, and b is the one we need to find. So I forgot to replace the x here by 3, so I'm going to put 3 here. So I do the numbers. 5 equals 2 times 3 is 6 plus b, and to solve b we subtract 6, and this goes away. -6 plus 5 is -1 equals b, so my b is going to be -1. So in the general formula here, I'm going to replace m and b by the numbers I already found. Y is going to be m2 times x plus my b that I just found, -1. And I can rewrite this if you want simpler, y equals 2x minus 1, and this is going to be my equation. Let's go to number 2 now. What do we have? Do we have m equals -2, and we have the point 0, 0, pass it through the point 0, 0. Now remember, the y-intercept is the point where the line cuts the y-axis, right? So it's the y-coordinate is going to be 0. So this is going to be my b in this case. B is going to be the y-coordinate of the point of intersection of the line and the y-axis. This is the definition of y-intercept. Remember, y-intercept is going to be when the x equals 0 and the other number is a number. In this case, it's going to be 0. So my b is going to be 0 in this particular case. My y-intercept equals 0. Okay? Now, since we have b, we don't need to find it. We have m equals -2, b equals 0. So in the general equation, y equals mx plus b, I'm going to replace m, that is -2x, plus b, that is 0. Since I don't need the 0, this reduces to y equals -2x. And remember, when you have an equation y equals a constant times x, remember that it's a proportional relation, and the line passes through the origin, confirming that this graph is passing through the origin. Let's try now example number 4. The equation, the line that passes through this point, and this is slope. So this is going to be x1, y1, okay? And my slope, this one is going to be my m, as in Mary. All right, let's do it. Since this is not 0, this point is not the y-intercept, so I have to find the b using my equation, y equals mx plus b, okay? So I'm going to replace the m by this value, and x and y, these two, by the x1 and y1 of this given point. So my y equals 2, right? Equals m, how much is my m? -3/4 times my x. My x equals 8 plus b. Now I do the numbers here. 2 equals, I'm going to divide 8 by 4, or 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So I have 2 times negative 3. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6 plus b. Now, in order to find b, I'm going to add 6 both sides. And then b is going to be equal to 6 plus 2 is 8. b is 8. My m is negative 3/4. So I'm able to write my general equation as y equals negative 3/4x plus my b, that is 8. And this is going to be my general equation. Let's go to number 5 now. What points do I have? I have the point negative 1, negative 3, and the slope is going to be 5. So my m is going to be 5, and this is going to be the point that this line with the slope 5 passes through. So I'm going to call this one x1 and y1, okay? And I'm going to use my general formula, y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to replace y and x by these two numbers. Y is going to be negative 3 equals m, how much is it? 5. X, how much is it? Negative 1 plus b. Then I'm going to find b. But before I have to do the numbers here. Negative 3 equals 5 times negative 1 is negative 5 plus b. In order to get removed the 5, I'm going to add 5 both sides. So this goes away, and b equals 5 minus 3 is 2. My b is 2, my m is 5, and I'm totally able to rewrite my general equation as y equals 5x plus 2. That is my b. This is the final answer. Exercise 11 is very interesting because you see that this one is 0, 4, meaning that when you have the x0, this point is the y-intercept already, and this 4 is going to be my b. So I don't need to assemble all the equation to find it, okay? So I'm going to just write my equation as being y equals mx plus b, and I start replacing y equals m. How much is my m? Negative 3. So this is going to be negative 3x plus b. My b is 4, and this is the equation. Very simple. The same thing happens to number 12. I have 0 as an x and 350 as a y. That means that this is the y-intercept. When you have x equals 0, this is the y-intercept. This is going to be my b. I'm going to replace in my equation y equals mx plus b, and since I have the m equals 1/5, I can do it very easily. Y equals 1/5 of x plus 350, that is my b. And this is my final answer for exercise number 12.